Mark P. When I was in Scientology back in the early 70s, Hubbard's first wives were fairly well known about, though not often discussed. The same was true for his eldest son, LRH Jr., aka Nibs. From what I'm seeing now, it looks as though much of this part of Hubbard's life has been erased or covered up to those who are active members now. Am I seeing this correctly? Also, even when I was still in, other people seemed to get erased after they were declared. I'm curious how Hubbard's children, Mary Sue, and other prominent past Scientology leaders are presented now, such as Yvonne Jensch, founder of the Celebrity Center Network. Okay, thanks for the question, Mark. Yeah, people get erased. That's a common thing in cults. In fact, it's almost, characteristic. It's almost a defining characteristic of a destructive cult is that they forget you. They do away with you. They don't want to have anything to do with people who have left the group, who have been declared suppressive in the case of Scientology, because those are persona non grata, and we don't want to have those types around. We also have a situation in Scientology where David Miscavige has been on a tear to get rid of anyone loyal to Hubbard, not loyal to him, or people who could have the spotlight put on them rather than on Miscavige. So you might have noticed from David Miscavige's website and the way he is talked about as this supreme ecclesiastical leader and all this other nonsense that the church puts out about him, that it's all about Miscavige now, right? Miscavige is like the ace of aces. And so he can't have people like Yvonne Jensch, Heber Jensch, some of the old guard guys, the original Class 12 auditors that Hubbard trained. Almost every one of them has been gotten rid of. Like all these people, these luminaries in Scientology have been gotten rid of because Miscavige doesn't want to share the spotlight with anybody but himself. So, there is the other matter, of course, which is that when these people, when their names come up, then you might start asking questions about those earlier time periods. Yvonne Jensch was the one who set up Celebrity Center Network, not L. Ron Hubbard. So if you get too deep into that, you're going to find out that L. Ron Hubbard actually had almost nothing to do with setting up the CC network. But it's all has to be L. Ron Hubbard's brainchild, right? So we can't have any of these contradictory nonsense. L. Ron Hubbard Jr., of course, spoke out publicly. He committed a high crime as far as Scientology is concerned. It's literally listed in their justice codes as a high crime to publicly debase or demean or talk out about Scientology. And L. Ron Hubbard's own son did that. So, of course, we're not going to have any memory of him. He's scum. And Mary Sue is mentioned in a number of lectures, but we had to edit all those out, or there is a process of doing that because Mary Sue even has to be disappeared. And that is probably the toughest one of all because Hubbard talked about her all the time and because she was so crucial to every aspect of Scientology's development through the years. So it's a little hard to erase her, but they are working on it. And you are definitely seeing these things correctly. This is just part and parcel of how cults operate, right? And it has a lot to do with the personalities of L. Ron Hubbard and David Miscavige as well.